So before we get into today's video, I wanted to take the time to wish all the mothers out there happy Mother's Day. I highly doubt any of them watch this channel, but if they do, they're probably a really great mom, and they deserve to be recognized. So happy Mother's Day. This question comes from Jordan Hellier. Hey man, glad you're back on the YouTube scene. What's your opinion on bench press grip width for powerlifting, not general sports? I've heard people say in the past, use the grip that's most comfortable for you, which is fair for sure. But I'm guessing no one really feels powerful at maximum grip width first going off. Or is it based off structure and where the individual is best at force production? Would love to hear you rant on this topic. Ha. Thanks, Connor. All the best. Well, thanks, Jordan. This is actually a really great topic, and honestly probably won't have enough time to do it justice in this video, but I'm going to start off by saying where my grip width is, and most people assume that I max grip bench press, and I actually don't. About a finger and a half or so in from max grip. My middle finger is on the rings, and the max grip appearance has to do with my hobbit-like stature. So anyways, that being said, I don't actually max grip, even though most people assume that I do. I know that there's a big push right now for benching with a vertical forearm. So I know there's some coaches like Chad Wesley Smith and that preach the vertical forearm, because when you punch somebody, you punch with a vertical, or not vertical, but a perpendicular forearm, versus punching out to the side like a gibble. But I think there's a bit of a flawed logic to that, and that's kind of looking at the bench press as a linear movement, kind of closed chain, I guess, like a tricep extension, when in reality there's a lot of different rotational velocity going on at the shoulder. Keep in mind, I'm not a biomechanist or a physicist or anything like that. But basically what you want to do is generate a rotational velocity at the shoulder and engage as many large muscle groups as possible. So if you're to bench with a vertical forearm, which would be a narrower grip, then basically what is going to happen is you're limiting yourself to your tricep strength, and you're not utilizing some of the bigger muscle groups like the pecs and the lats, which lots of times do get overlooked in the bench press. In the bottom of the bench, the lats are actually a pretty significant portion of what gets the bar moving, and with a really narrow grip, that actually is quite difficult, because you aren't able to rotate your elbows underneath the bar. You're forced to flare a little bit more, and it almost forces you to push the bar in a vertical bar path, which I would argue is not optimal. That being said, max grip isn't for everybody. I don't max grip, and there's lots of other great benchers that don't max grip bench press. It's a matter of playing to your strengths and using the musculature that you have that is quite strong. So for me, I'm actually a tricep dominant presser. I get comments on having big arms, but really it's just big triceps and dinky little biceps hanging on there. But my triceps are a strong point for me, and a little bit narrower grip does help me get the bar moving off my chest, and is advantageous for me in competition. So for every lifter, it's going to be a little bit different. Some are going to be stronger, a little bit narrower. Some are going to be stronger, a little bit wider. But in general, you want to maximize your leverage as a lifter. So it does come down to the individual, and on top of that, utilize the musculature that you do have that are primary movers, like the pecs and the lats, which I think kind of got overlooked in the bench press in recent years, just because of powerlifting started out being equipped, and the pecs weren't quite as important as the triceps and that sort of thing. But in short, that would be my answer to the question. I'm going to try and cut these down so I'm not rambling off on a black screen for you guys for forever. But that's a really good question. It's a good topic, and there's lots of interesting points on either side of the debate. But I'm going to leave it at that for now. Hope everyone's training is going well. If you have a question you want answered, drop it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, all the rest. And that's it.